we are going to give you access like no one has ever seen before. We're having Jett Lawrence bring you through a perfect race day in San Diego.
Welcome to San Diego. Dude, I can't stop laughing. Ended up clipping the down at Whiskey Throttle. Hey, how we doing? No problem, guys. Thank you. Have a good one.
We'll take you inside the Honda rig to show you what race day looks like from the fastest 250 rider alive. You can be a part of this first of its kind interactive experience only inside the Moto Academy app.
I don't know if he's going to teach that technique.
No, he can do it.
AJ, when he's teaching kids, hey, first lap of practice, go out, look like a goon. And then, after you get done doing that, and go get P1.
Jett's qualifying lap, dude. It just proves a lot. Now, did you see what happened?
Well, no. Go ahead.
Okay,
but
so
I thought that I saw it. Came in qualifier 2 pretty deep in that practice, or was it like last lap in the practice?
So it was the last lap that he could have put in. Okay, he doubled the finish line, sat down when he landed, looked up at the board, saw that RJ had just beat him, and then pinned it, set the fastest lap of 250s and the second fastest lap of the day behind Eli or whoever qualified first.
And he landed the finish line and sat down for a second?
Looked up and was like, oh, RJ got in front of me, and then blasted one out of the corner and set the fastest lap. He literally, dude, I have a shot. He came off the track and looked straight at me, which was incredible, and was like, did you see that? Like, he couldn't believe it. He was literally like, how did that just happen? Like,
oh my God. So did you get all that on film?
No, I didn't get any of it. I didn't know. It was the last lap. No, and I was like, that was the qualifier. I went back early to get him coming off the track, but it's good because I was going to have one or the other, and I'd rather have the reaction. But yeah, he also crashed on the first lap of that practice. He like whiskey throttled off the track.
That's right. That was a weird crash, but holy crap, I cannot believe, because now that I remember, they didn't show his last lap. They showed the one that pretty deep into that time qualifier put him to the top of the board, and then RJ got him with like less than a minute to go.
Yes.
And the lap that they showed Jett, they showed it in its entirety. It was a cruiser lap. Like he was just chilling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so what that tells me is that is very realistic for Jett to have landed that finish line and just done one of these for a second.
Yeah.
And that is so boss. Could you imagine being that good to where you land the
look up
when you go in for a heater lap? You are hitting the corner before the finish line as fast as you can. You're scrubbing the finish, which, by the way, that was a finish line that you would definitely scrub because time starts on the takeoff. In fact, time starts usually at the bottom of the takeoff.
Yeah.
You can't just cruise into your I mean, he would have lost a second.
But this is...
He's more than that.
It just proves the suspicion of everyone's looking at Jett and be like, man, he doesn't quite look like he's riding as hard as he can in the mains. Like, he's winning the mains by seconds.
He's not.
It's like, wow, he doesn't look like
you hear people say that all the time. It's like, oh, sure. I've even heard Jett say it in the past before I've trained with him. And I was like, yeah, sure. That's easy to say.
No,
right?
he's what do you think his percentage is in the main event?
Oh, it's probably 80.
Yeah, 80 sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. But that 20% additional that he could very comfortably ride within, because he rides so often, he could operate at 100% and be totally safe still. He could gain another second and a half.
Dang.
Probably. I mean, watching him train every day at the dog pound, it's just like, what the... And I called it before the season started. Barring anything, and this is maybe this was easy to call, but he will go undefeated this season. There's no way he won't, unless something crazy happens. He's just... But I would honestly think that Hunter could do the same on the East Coast.
Yeah, I hope Hunter does. Dude, it's just... I mean, that qualifying lap just put it...
That's so funny that he did that.
Literally goes over the finish line, looks up the board, sees that he's not first, and then hits it in the corner and then starts like...
insane.
When you're fighting,
I wish somebody got that.
Oh, everyone's fighting for hundredths of a second in qualifying, and this dude's just chilling, looking. Okay, yeah, I'll go now, and then makes wow.
That's incredible. The next thing he's got to do is like what Stewart used to do, is just get the top qualifying time and then just pull off and get your mechanic and leave. If you guys are enjoying these podcast clips and you want to watch full episodes, you can subscribe at club.themotoacademy.com.